Whoa, Saudi Mania.
Was it not WrestleRabia?
Not anymore. It could be both. Announced last night, WrestleMania 43 will emanate from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, something that I think we expected to happen in our lifetimes, an inevitability when you know about the working relationship between WWE and Saudi Arabia. But it was an announcement that came down in quite an unusual way, didn't it, Ross?
Yeah, so late yesterday, a Snapchat video popped up featuring the chairman of the Saudi General Entertainment Authority, Turki Al-Sheikh, in which he revealed that WrestleMania 43 will emanate from Saudi Arabia. A press release in Arabic, which was pulled shortly after, confirms this to be the case.
Yeah, the Observer and PW Insider both confirmed that the news that was shared on Snapchat, of all places, in quite casual manner by the chairman of the Saudi General Entertainment Authority, was legitimate. WWE have yet to make an official announcement about it. We kind of have an idea when that announcement will go down, and we'll touch on that in a little bit. This is going to be, from what we know already, Ross, a big weekend money-wise for WWE.
Yeah, so Brian Alvarez of obviously the Wrestling Observer reports that Saudi will pay host to SmackDown before WrestleMania, WrestleMania itself, and the Raw after WrestleMania. WrestleMania, of course, being 2 nights as well. A deal that's probably cost around $100 million.
The Risker sounds a bit like a capitalist protagonist. I thought it would be more than that.
Would you?
Yep, I thought, because I think if I'm right in thinking, the initial deal that they signed with Saudi Arabia was to put on shows at $50 million per event. But then this is WrestleMania.
Maybe this is a discount. You've given us $50 million per year since 2018, so we'll knock a bit off for the granddaddy of them all.
Turns out Paul Levesque went online and found a voucher code for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to use. That's very, very kind of him. It has been quite a messy Mania year. We had the announcement at the very beginning of the year that Mania 42 would emanate from New Orleans once again. The Rock did a big announcement with music and the video and the and only for a few months later that to be revoked, essentially, with Triple H announcing that New Orleans will get Money in the Bank next year and WrestleMania will head to Las Vegas once again, where we had WrestleMania this year.
But it's fine for the fans, though, because they'll get those lovely discounts once again. It was there this year, of course, so the fact it's there next year as well. They'll knock some money off, won't they, Tom?
Well, I hope they do, because there's quite a few fans who are very frustrated with that initial WrestleMania confusion, because a lot of fans had already started booking accommodation and travel for New Orleans, and then when they went a few months later, some have had a nightmare getting money back on there, and you'd have thought as well promoters would have already been starting to make plans to put on shows around New Orleans as well that all had to be scrapped away as well. But New Orleans, alongside Indianapolis, are both expected to host WrestleMania at some point in the years to come. It had been reported that WWE were floating the idea of expanding WrestleMania to having 2 in a year. This was around the time that there had been some conversations about WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia, and I feel like it would have been maybe something to have kept some peace in the valley regarding people in North America, for where WrestleMania has been the home for 42 years to this point.
That's going to be the big thing, because obviously when they do have the crown jewels and all the King and Queen of the Ring shows over in Saudi Arabia, you can definitely tell it's a Saudi Arabia show. So will that WrestleMania branding still feel like a Saudi Arabia show? Will it actually feel like WrestleMania? I don't know if it'll feel like WrestleMania.
It's going to feel like
you know what I mean?
Because initially when this deal began in 2018, after several years of live events, it was $50 million per event, and they were somewhat non-canonical big events that took place in huge stadiums, big pyro budget and all this. And we had, as I say, some non-canonical matches that took place, legendary dream matches like DX versus the Brothers of Destruction, Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury.
Shane McMahon becoming the best in the world.
Shane McMahon becoming the best wrestler in the world. We had battles for trophy and accolades, such as the Tuwaiq Mountain Cup. The greatest Royal Rumble title, which Braun Strowman is still undefeated in. Congratulations to Braun Strowman. But it was all very much done as like these are big events, but they don't really play a big part in the grand scheme of the wrestling storylines and such. That started to change over the years as well, when there was Survivor Series, well, Elimination Chamber rather, held later in the year, and King and Queen of the Ring. But this whole arrangement with WWE and Saudi Arabia got off to quite a shaky start.
It's fine, travel problems happen sometimes. It doesn't happen where Vince McMahon and a couple of cronies fly off and just leave everyone else behind under threat of things going to happen to them. But if you want a full recount of that, you can listen to Straight to Hell with Tucker on the channel, Tucker from Heavy Machinery. He gives like a 25-minute monologue of what actually happened because he was there.
Oh, wow.
Fascinating listening, but it would sound like a terrifying time, Tom.
Very terrifying time. But regardless of that issue from the first Saudi Arabia event, WWE persevered. And as I say, they've now just become sort of part of the regular schedule and the storylines. We've seen, I say, King and Queen of the Ring, Elimination Chamber in there as well. The biggest move was made recently when it was announced that the Royal Rumble next year will emanate from Saudi Arabia. The first time that the Rumble has been held outside of North America. And with that announcement comes the announcement of WrestleMania heading to Saudi Arabia as well.
They should take the world out of WWE, Tom. That's what we're learning. Replace it with an S.
That's exactly what it should be. And as we said, this brings us to the announcement that was made yesterday. Snapchat video from Turkey Al-Sheikh, who confirmed it will be held in Saudi Arabia. Now, there was a lot of speculation as to where that first international or outside of North America WrestleMania main event would take place. There were some conversations about London quite a few times. London Mayor Sadiq Khan being given this novelty WWE Championship.
So big. Oh my God, you're so big.
It's so wee. You have to look at it under a microscope. Such a small title.
But ultimately, London were never going to pay the kind of money Saudi Arabia are. That's what the differential is here.
But think about it. If that's the size of the title, how big would the venue have been for WrestleMania? What is this? A WrestleMania for ants? France was another name that I saw popping up as a potential first site for an outside North America WrestleMania. The crowds in France are just in now. The stadium noise is amazing. Obviously, we are disassociating from those weird little creatures that pushed Rhea Ripley against her car and trying to take selfies with her. You weird bunch, and the ones that nearly crushed Sheamus and a fan to death outside a shopping centre. Like, we're away from that. The actual atmosphere from the crowds in France were incredible.
Phenomenal.
They were phenomenal. But it will be Saudi Arabia where it indeed heads coming in 2 years, so 2027. So that is a year and a bit's time. Five will give us a few more details on the situation at the moment.
Yeah, they're saying those that we've spoken to familiar with the situation expect 3 events in Saudi Arabia next year with the Royal Rumble, then May and November shows that we've reported. We're not sure how this is affected at the WrestleMania announcement. It's just going to go there every month, aren't they, Tom? It's going to be the highest bidder. That's what we are. We saw Nick Khan having a conversation with a fan. Oh, your ticket prices are you need to change them, sir. Oh, they're too low.
We need to make them higher because I like money.
And I saw the quotes yesterday saying, oh, Vince McMahon, he priced things more towards families instead of capitalising on the opportunity of rinsing everybody for every single penny they're worth.
I will say this, right?
We're going to be out of pocket soon, Tom, as wrestling fans.
Oh, not at the wrestling. I admire the honesty of Nick Khan just to go, you're right, they should be higher. Like, it's horrible, and I don't like it, but I admire the honesty of him going, you're right, they should be twice as expensive. If we could have 7 hours of commercials, I'd make Raw 7 hours long. He is Mr. Krabs in you. It's like somebody, Mr. Krabs asked a genie to make them human.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They are now pitting UFC's profit margins against WWE's profit margins. Whoever has the most profits wins the little miniature belt that was in London.
Fightful adds that Saudi officials have made their desire to have a WrestleMania in their country very clear since virtually the start of their relationship. Earlier this year, Fightful were told that there had been wheels in motion to have a WrestleMania in Saudi with the possibility of Super WrestleMania or other kinds of branding taking place. And this is where that story came out of maybe them doing 2 Manias in a year and maybe Saudi Arabia getting Super WrestleMania, which I believe is WrestleMania for the SNES. But as it happens, I don't want us to have 2 Manias a year. I kind of feel like as well. I know that when we talked about it, it was there was this speculation that they made SummerSlam a 2-night PLE so they could just polish off the Peacock deal nice and early. But there's also part of me that goes, they want to make SummerSlam a 2-night event, so therefore they can shop something like a WrestleMania, to other places and make more money, and then still have a 2-night, week-long festival-esque experience for another big 5 pay-per-view PLE for WWE. So potentially that might have been why they were doing that as well, setting the groundwork for that. But WWE have stayed silent on this entire announcement. This has come from a very official source in Saudi Arabia, as well as being confirmed by Wrestling Observer, PW Insider, and Fightful as well. But it looks as if an announcement is going to be made tomorrow in Vegas. TKO are promoting the Crawford-Alvarez fight, which is sponsored by Riyadh Season. Very likely we could get an announcement in Vegas tomorrow. And then from there, it's almost like I think they've sort of forced their arm a little bit now to make an announcement.
Yeah.
Because now it's all out there. You can't just not. I wonder whether they push that forward and do it today.
Yeah, I guess it builds intrigue, doesn't it? Because we weren't thinking about, WrestleMania 2027 until this morning when we saw this news sort of break. So I guess that's why they've done it.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what could headline that particular show? Well, The Observer reported last month that Saudi Arabia were pushing to have WrestleMania in some fashion, as we have said, but with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson featured in the main event. I'm sure I'd heard that the match that the Saudi Arabia Kingdom were pushing for was Rock versus Roman Reigns.
And that hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet.
So it's signed, sealed, and delivered. We can exclusively reveal.
Maybe that's happening there. I mean, if only there was somewhere where you could go where two presenters of a handsome and kind nature could ponder what this WrestleMania might look like.
While they're sat in a sauna with all their clothes on.
Oh, could we be sat in a sauna for it? That'd be lovely.
That's what the people say the back looks like upstairs.
Do they really?
Yeah, the wall looks like a sauna.
Oh, I wish it was a sauna. Love a sauna at work. I'm gagging for a massage at a sauna at some point this weekend. But hey, but if there was, there is. It's later on the channel. We'll do it over there in a little bit. But your lead story this morning, your top story this morning, WrestleMania 43 will emanate from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. When we know more, we'll let you know more at cultaholic.com. Stay safe.
Goodbye.